You might think no one saw it. That moment you helped someone without asking for anything in return. That time you forgave someone who didn't even say sorry. That moment you stayed quiet when you could have exposed the truth to protect your name. You thought it was small, maybe even forgettable, but heaven didn't miss it. You see, when you're chosen, it's not always the big acts that matter the most. It's the ones no one claps for, the ones no one records, the ones only you and God know about. And tonight, you need to hear this. That one act made God smile. Heaven leaned in, because in a world that rewards pride, revenge, and selfishness, you chose humility. You chose love. You chose light. And God saw that. He saw you give when you didn't have much. He saw you bless someone who couldn't pay you back. He saw you show up when you were secretly tired, hurting, and overwhelmed. You think it didn't matter, but it moved something eternal. God doesn't just watch your sacrifices, He responds to them. And now something has shifted. That one selfless act, it unlocked something in the spirit. Some of the blessings headed your way aren't because you fought harder, worked longer, or prayed louder. They're coming because you chose love when you could have chosen ego. And the truth is, people don't understand how many silent battles you fought. How many moments you've swallowed your pride, held your tongue, or walked away from things that could have wrecked you. But God saw, and what God is about to do in your life. It's not random, it's reward. You might be tired. You might be doubting yourself. You might even wonder if you've missed it. But hear me, you haven't missed anything. You've been planting in private, and now God is getting ready to show the world what happens when someone lives from the heart. So don't downplay that one act. Don't think it was small. Because what you did in secret, heaven is about to honor in public. You didn't just do something good, you did something godly. You showed mercy when judgment was easier. You gave love when rejection felt justified. And it wasn't a performance. It wasn't for followers, likes, or applause. It was pure. That one act came from a place inside of you that most people don't even know exists. It came from that sacred space where your soul still remembers God's voice. That space that isn't jaded, isn't bitter, just willing. And the world doesn't teach that kind of goodness. It teaches transactional kindness. Only give if you get something back. Only forgive if they deserve it. Only love if it's safe. But you didn't follow the world. You followed your spirit. And that's why heaven noticed. Listen close to you right now, you're feeling forgotten. Maybe life has gone quiet. Maybe you've been doing good, and it feels like nothing's changing. But here's what you don't see. The seeds you planted in love are blooming beneath the surface. You may not see the fruit yet, but God has been cultivating it. You helped that person? God's been blessing you in ways you can't measure yet. You forgave your past? God's been clearing paths in your future. You didn't retaliate when you had every reason to? God's been preparing a table in front of the ones who tried to tear you down. There's a reward coming, but it doesn't look like karma. It looks like peace. It looks like provision. It looks like divine connections. It looks like favor on your name when you're not even in the room. Because chosen ones aren't raised in applause, they're refined in silence. And now that silence, it's about to speak. And here's the wild part. You didn't even realize it. But heaven paused for a moment when you made that choice. Place no human hand can erase. Because you need to understand something. There are actions that change a moment. Then there are actions that shift generations. What you did, that one moment of compassion, patience, truth, or kindness, just shifted something generationally. Your obedience, your humility, your willingness to love when you could have hated, it didn't just bless that person. It broke something in the spirit. It broke a cycle. It broke a pattern. It broke the lie that no one cares anymore. You became a crack in the enemy's illusion, a signal in the dark, and the ripple of your choice has now put something into motion that you don't even have language for yet. But soon you'll feel it. You'll meet someone who says, "I don't know why, but I trust you." You'll walk into a room that's been locked for years, and suddenly, the door opens. You'll notice favor showing up in random moments. Divine help, protection, peace that doesn't make sense. Because heaven doesn't just applaud your actions, heaven responds. Now hear this closely. You are not just being rewarded with things, God is rewarding you with alignment. He's placing you where you actually belong. No more wasting time with people who drain you. No more fake assignments, no more empty effort. Because that one act, it was a signal to God that you're ready for the next level. And God always promotes character before He promotes position. This is why your blessings will last, because they're built on real heart, not showmanship. And when others wonder why the doors keep opening for you, they'll never realize. It was because you were faithful when no one was watching. And now, something is shifting inside of you. You might not fully understand it yet, but being realigning and clearing space for something sacred. Because when God smiles at you, it doesn't just stay in heaven. That smile becomes a movement, a signal that echoes across the spiritual realm. And that signal? It's attracting everything that's meant for you. The right people, the right resources, the right timing. But let's go deeper. That one decision, that selfless act, was more than just obedience. It was proof that your heart is ready for abundance without pride, ready for influence without ego, ready for leadership without control. Because God doesn't just look for the most talented, He looks for the most trustworthy. And your decision proved that even when no one was watching, even when it didn't benefit your image, even when it hurt, you still chose what was good, what was true, what was loving. Let me say something that will resonate with your soul. Your heart posture has already passed heaven's test. Now, you're not just waiting for blessings, you're being positioned to carry them. But don't expect the world to clap just yet. In fact, some people are about to grow cold toward you. Some friends may suddenly feel distant. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your light has started to expose what they've been hiding. You see, the glow on you now, it's not artificial. It's spiritual. It came from sacrifice. It came from late nights crying out to God. It came from showing up anyway when no one thanked you. And that glow, it shines a little too bright for people who still love the dark. So if you feel a shift in certain relationships, don't panic. It's not rejection, it's refinement. God is protecting the oil on your life. You didn't go through all that pain just to go back to pretending. You didn't survive those storms to stay stuck in small rooms. You didn't choose kindness just to be overlooked again. You are rising now, and you won't have to fight for it. God's favor is going to do what force never could. He's preparing to honor you publicly for the decisions you made privately, because that's the kind of God He is. And that's the kind of heart you've developed, humble but ready. In the comments, tell me, have you ever made a hard choice that no one saw, but you knew it was the right thing? Have you ever felt God smile on you in the quiet moments? Just type, "God sees me," if this message is confirmation you needed today. Someone out there is watching this with tears in their eyes, because it's the exact moment they needed to feel seen, appreciated, and reminded that nothing they've done in love has been wasted. You are that person, and this is your spiritual receipt. So here you are, still standing, maybe a little bruised, maybe still waiting. Something in the spirit that no man can block. It was the moment God leaned in and whispered, "That one, yes, that one is ready." You didn't just impress people, you touched God. And when you move the heart of God, the atmosphere around you begins to respond. Your health begins to shift. Doors begin to open. Enemies begin to fall away. And purpose begins to chase you down. Not because you're perfect, but because you were faithful in private. And now, He's getting ready to reward you in public. You didn't compromise. You didn't retaliate. You didn't trade your light for revenge. And heaven kept the receipts. So don't be surprised when sudden favor shows up. When people start asking, why you? When it looks like everything's falling into place overnight. Because it wasn't overnight. It was every night, you praying. Every morning, you choosing right over easy. Every time you kept loving when you could have walked away. This is your harvest season. This is the moment all of that inner work becomes outer reward. And yes, the same people who thought you were finished will have to watch you flourish. You didn't beg. You didn't force it. You just believed. And now God is smiling again. Because He sees what you still don't fully know. You were always meant for more. You just proved you're finally ready for it. What did you do or give up that no one knew about but you knew God saw? Just type, "God saw me," if this message was confirmation for your soul. Don't let this moment pass. It found you for a reason. Hit like so the algorithm sends this to another chosen one. Share this with someone who's been quietly holding on. And subscribe for more word-led content that reminds you you're not crazy. You're called. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment God begins to flip the script publicly. And when He does, you won't have to explain anything. Your life will be the testimony. We'll talk soon. Until then, keep glowing, keep going, and never forget in that one act, it mattered more than you know. And now, as we reach the end of this message, I want you to pause. Take a breath. Not just a physical one, a spiritual one. You needed to hear this, not as information, but as confirmation. This wasn't about ego. This wasn't about being praised. This was about heaven's silent applause for a soul that never gave up, even when no one else saw. You didn't do it for a reward. You did it because your heart knew what was right. And God, He didn't just see it. He recorded it. He multiplied it. And now He's getting ready to return it to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over.